YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another day here on the project Ferrari 308. It's pretty cold here. It's about -1, -2, but that's not going to stop me. We are going to crack on with this baby. In today's episode, my plans are we are going to attempt to move this car forwards and backwards, just very slightly and very, very gently. The idea is to test if the gearbox is working, if all my clutch is working on the car. Let's hope it is. That would be a right bonus. It's something else I won't have to fix on it. So we're going to test that first of all. Like I say, we're going to do that very gently. The reason being, obviously we have the play in that cam gear, that sprocket down the bottom, and I definitely do not want this car to jump a few teeth on the belt. So I'm going to do it very cautiously, but I do want to test it. Then after that, really the main thing we're going to be doing is stripping off that cam belt again and taking a closer look and inspection to see if I can do anything with that sprocket with the engine in the car. Okay, so I'll spin the camera, we'll do a little test on the car, and then we'll do some investigation work. So fantastic news. That is another huge milestone in this Ferrari 308 project. Not only were we able to drive move this car forwards and reverse, thus in effect verifying our gearbox is working and functioning fine, certainly in first and reverse gear. Also our clutch is working. I had a slight problem on the very first initial attempt getting this into gear. I had to pump that pedal a few times, but after that seems to go into gear very smoothly. Not only that, when I was moving the car, I was able to perform a brake test, obviously only 2 or 3 miles an hour max, but brakes are functioning fine as well. So really great news. Next, we've got brakes, we've got clutch, we've got gearbox, everything's working there. Engine is firing up now, and it's firing up sweetly, pretty much first time, you know, as you would expect a 308. So once we have sorted out that gear issue, and that is the biggie now, is it going to be an easy job? Is it going to be a hard job? And that's next today. Once we've done that, we have got this car pretty much functioning to the point where it can have a road test. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, in order to do that, like I said, we need to go and figure out what is going on with that cam gear and why have we got that vibration. I've not been able to get that to make the noise today. Obviously doing this, I have been very, very, very careful and not revving it, just really, really gentle. Don't want to put any load on the engine moving this car, but it was something that I really needed to verify myself, being able to move this car and things like the brakes. So let's turn the camera off, get back out there, get the wheel off, strip off that belt and start investigating that cam gear. Good news so far. Good day so far. The rear wheel is now off the car and it's time for the next stage, which is investigating this bad boy. This is the one that is causing me a problem. So, as you saw there, when the car is being driven nice and slowly, so far I've not had any issues with it. When I put the engine under a little bit of load, bring up the RPM, very occasionally this will make a horrendous clatter. Very scary moment, okay? And something I don't want to repeat, and obviously that was the initial problem with this engine. That is why the belt has jumped or skipped a few teeth, and we don't want to repeat that. We've been very lucky, as proven in the last video with our compression test. We have got away without bending any valves, so let's not risk it any further. Let's dig in, see what is causing that to occasionally vibrate and move. Yeah, we had play in it when the belt was off, so let's just see again what happens when I strip that belt off and see what's behind it. I'm very aware that today we are filming episode 13 of this Ferrari 308 project. So far, we've been lucky. The car has moved, brakes are working, but this is the make or break on the engine. So let's see if we're lucky or unlucky with it. Guess what? Typical English weather. It's starting to rain out here. So I've got a couple of things that I need to look into. Number one, I'm definitely going to need to take this off. Okay, this pulley off. I need to figure out how to do that. Obviously need to lock it somehow to be able to take this bolt out. Then I was planning on knocking this around with the screwdriver, but I think it's probably been on there so long. I've got some WD-40, some penetrating fluid that I'm going to leave soaking on this, but Superformance do a tool, or Hill Engineering do a tool to get these off, so I'm tempted to order the tool plus a replacement. I wanted to really get this off before ordering any bits, just to see exactly what I need. So bit of a tricky one, bit of a dilemma, but I don't want to rush this and cause any problems. If I strip these off, I'm never going to get the thing off. So probably better to be cautious with this and do it slowly. Anyway, let's see if this weather improves or gets any worse. I might have to jump ship at this stage. So this is the 308 QV service manual, but it doesn't tell me exactly how to remove that front pulley or number 3, the cam drive gears. Anyone knows? Please put me a comment below. So it is starting to drizzle and get a bit damp here. As much as I don't mind getting wet, it's more the car I'm concerned about, and the engine bay is currently quite exposed with a lot of stuff off it. I don't see any need to risk it and get those electrics and everything in that engine damp. So lids back on, wheels back on. The car went out earlier. I did a little bit of a 360 tour of the car as it is currently. I will now splice in some pictures that I did a few years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, on my old 85 red 308 QV. That again was a US car I brought here to the UK, and we did a Euro conversion on that car. At the time, I couldn't understand why many others don't really do a full Euro build on their American cars, getting rid of those bumpers and those nice clean Euro valances. I then discovered the hard way that it is not an easy task to undertake. However, being rather mad and a sucker for punishment, I'm going to do it again on this car. So this is how I envision this car ending up when we finish this project. Here's the car, how it arrived and before any modifications. So it was standard US spec 308. So the pictures here make it look pretty simple to do the conversion. In fact, it's rather complex. There are things such as bodywork changes, rear valance, all of that is very, very different to the US spec. It all bonds into place in those wheel arches, and that is a very tricky job to do. Then bumpers, the way that they all sit in the car, completely different again. Front lower valance, all the lighting, and then finally the really difficult part is the exhaust system. That in itself all has to be changed, along with the positions of all of the hanging brackets for that exhaust system. The US system actually sits much further out than the Euro, so not an easy task to undertake, and something I'm not really looking forward to doing on this black car. Well, that's it for this episode. I've run out of time on this one, so I'm going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you've got any suggestions or comments, please write them below, and I will definitely integrate those if needs be into the next episode. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and obviously share, please. Cheers. See you in the next one. Ciao for now.